This cutie is named Rosie. Our rescue got her from another larger rescue that was going to euthanize her due to fear issues and not being able to walk on a leash. So a fellow foster and I decided to give her a chance. She's been with the foster for quite a while, but still struggles with jumping in the car and also allowing people to touch her and take her leash on and off. One thing that is particularly challenging about Rosie is that she also will not take food. She won't take food from the foster, and she won't take food from strangers. So this is a dog that doesn't like to be touched and also does not take food. So working with a dog like this can be a little bit challenging because you have to think about what you can use to motivate the dog. One thing I've found that works in this instance is to just build a cooperative relationship with the dog, but also at the same time requiring the dog to do a few things. In this video, I'll show you how I worked with Rosie to motivate her and get her to cooperate with me so that she ultimately jumped in the car. As always, if this video is helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you. All right, this is Rosie, previously feral dog, and she's here for the day just for me to work with her a little bit. So she doesn't trust me at all. She doesn't really know me. I've met her once before, well, twice, a long time ago once. So we're gonna work on a little, I wouldn't say confidence building because I think she's fairly confident, but just maybe doing a little bit of what I ask and relationship building. So I've been trying to get her to go over this little platform here. And I always test dogs kind of their willingness to cooperate. And she really didn't want to go over this. Come on, Rosie. So I walked over it a few times. She tried to walk around it. Good girl, yes. Good girl. Come on, Rosie. Yeah. You know, she bucked a little bit. She didn't want to go over it. But I really just held the leash short and didn't give her a choice. So her only choice was to move forward. And I held the leash short enough so she couldn't go around that way or this way. And just put pressure forward. Good girl. Yeah. So Rosie doesn't like to be touched. We're working on that. But I think earning some trust and cooperation in these little things will be the key to gaining more trust so people can touch her better. Good job, girl. So we're gonna do a few things like this around the yard. She doesn't like to get in the car, so we might do that later. Just depends how today goes. Well, the first thing I did was just walk her around the yard with me. I also can't really change out her leash because she doesn't trust me. So I just stuck a slip lead on the end to make it longer. Good girl, yeah. So this is also telling the dog, like, look, I'm not gonna let you just resist and not do what I ask because I know she can go across this thing. She's just trying to get away with not. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. Okay, now we're gonna go across these two items. So adding a little more difficulty. Come on, Rosie. Good job, good girl. Go on this one. See how she wants to avoid. So move it a little bit so you guys can see better. So this may seem like a really simple thing and be like, well, why do you care about this? It's just establishing a foundation of trust, respect, and getting cooperation from the dog. Before I have that, I can't really do much else. Good girl. I can't step in the middle of these because I weigh too much. Oh, Rosie. I'm just holding her here, so it's her choice. Yay! Good girl, Rosie. Good girl. Let's go over here. No? Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Good job. I'm not going to force the dog necessarily. I'm not going to just pull them over. I'm just going to not give them an out, right? Like she just can't not do it. And it's kind of her decision when she decides to do it, but she's going to do it. Go this way again, Rosie. This way. Yeah, good girl. No, this way. Yes, good. Yay, Rosie. Good girl. Good girl. We're gonna do that again. We do it 3 times at least. That's protest. She's not tired. Good. Good. Yay, Rosie. Good girl. Little touch on the nose. I'm going to very, very gradually introduce touch. Just little tiny touches. That's my plan anyway. Plans can change depending on the dog. Yes. Good girl, Rosie. Yay. Good girl. Yay. So even turning around and going the other direction is new. So you can expect a little bit of resistance from that. And she may not want to come in this space because it's enclosed a little bit with the chairs and the platform. And that's fine. I mean, she can act a little bit. It's fine. We'll fine tune that later. Good girl. Cross. Cross. Yay! Yay, Rosie. Good girl. Giving her a little rest time. This seems super simple, but for this dog, it's brand new, and you know she's going to get tired after doing this for a little bit and following me around. Rosie, Rosie, across. Yay, good girl. Yay, good girl, Rosie. Good girl. Good girl. Come back this way. Yay, good girl. Yes. Good job. Good job, Rosie. Come on over. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. I'm also purposely not using my dogs right now. She's met one of my dogs, or actually 2 of them. She's fine with dogs. That's not what she needs to work on. So this dog was loose. I know she can go over things like this. She's had opportunity to go over and climb on lots of things, but it's just getting her to follow the person doing it. You're probably getting tired of hearing me say good girl by now. But with Rosie, I didn't have a lot of options as far as how to praise her because I couldn't touch her and I couldn't give her food. So I decided to use my voice to praise her and to actually feel happy and proud for her. So that's why I continually say, good girl. I have an intermediate bench here. This one's going to be considerably harder because it's higher. Good girl. Yeah, you want to check it out? So first I want to let her check this thing out, right? You want to come through? Come on. Yeah, good girl. Good girl, Rosie. Good girl. Eyes up your girl. If you can't do something like this, you could always have another dog demonstrate for you what you want the dog to do. Come on up. Come on up, girl. Oh, you're gonna go under? Good girl. Good girl. Oh, good girl. Come on up. No. So, again, not giving her a choice. Yeah. Come on, Rosie. Yay. Yay. Good girl, Rosie. Yeah. That was awesome. See, now she's a little scared because she did it. And she's like, oh my goodness, I did it. So I'm going to let her have a break. We'll try it again. The car is often more scary because it's enclosed and dark, and dogs feel like they're going to be trapped in there. So this is not as scary because there's nothing to trap her in this situation besides the leash. Good girl, Rosie. Good girl. Okay. Ready? Come on up. No, come on. Yes. Very good, Rosie. Good girl. Very good. Very good. Again, let her have a little break. Maybe that was less wanting to escape after doing that this time than the first time. So that isn't stress. It's not negative stress for the dog. It's just like, oh my gosh, I did something new. That was kind of weird, and I need just a minute to recoup myself. Good girl. Up. Come on, Rosie, up. No, up. Yes, good girl. Yay, Rosie. So now I'm going to have her try and go the other way. Do this here a little bit. Plus I'm getting a good quad workout. And I don't mind her taking a break and sniffing. She's calming herself down. She's being a dog. That's fine. She's exploring a new environment. Okay, we're going to go the other way. Oops. Come here. Come over here. Good girl. Come over here. Yeah, good girl. There you go. It's important to know when to let the dog have a break and when to hold them to do the action you're asking them to. Whenever I see the dog panicking a little or starting to totally shut down, I let them have a break. But if they're just resisting, I'm going to ask them to do the task that I'm asking them to do. And usually after they do it the first time, it's the icebreaker, and it becomes so much easier for the dog after that. Give her a break for a second. We're going to try again. Probably on the other side than I was before, and that might be hindering progress too. Rosie, up. Often a dog will protest the most right before they comply and complete an action they're being asked to do, as Rosie did right here. Good girl. Rosie protested quite a bit there for a second, but if you notice, her tail position is out. It is not tucked. This is telling me that Rosie is not scared, and she is in a totally functioning mind to complete the task at hand. So all of that was just, I'm testing you to see if I don't have to do it. So again, I'm setting the foundation. Even though she's a fearful dog, she's also being stubborn and wants her way. So I'm just teaching her that I'm going to hold her to the expectation when I know she can do something. Good girl. Come here, Rosie. Come here, Rosie. For some reason, this side is scarier, but that's okay. Come on up. Up. No. What are you doing? Come here. Come over here. No, don't bite the leash. Oh, yes. Yay, good girl. So I think she's pretty close to done for this first exercise. So I'm going to give her a little break and we'll try this again later today. Just taking her around to check out the car right now. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. By this time, Rosie has had a lot of practice jumping up on things with me, and I'm hoping that will help with her jumping up into the car, because I'm going to say the same thing, up, and hopefully she'll jump in, which she just did here. But ultimately, I need her to jump in the back of the car, which can be a little more difficult because it's more enclosed. Sometimes I have to crawl through, and kind of I go first, but she jumped in by herself, so I don't have to crawl through the car. Yay, good girl. What a good girl. Good girl. Come on up. Yeah, good girl. Come on. Yes. Come on. Almost. Come on. Okay. So again, I'm just not giving her a choice. Well, she has a choice. The choice is to stay here or to get in the car. Those are the two choices. This is sometimes harder because it's a cage and it's enclosed. Rosie is going to protest this quite a bit. But remember, they always protest the most before they give in. This kind of behavior would cause a lot of people to abandon this goal. If you abandon it when a dog protests, the dog got their way and learned that creating drama will get them out of doing things they don't want to do. Also notice that when Rosie does this protesting and alligator rolling and everything, I just wait for her to stop. There's no need to do anything else because she's putting all the tension on the leash herself, and I just kind of stand there and wait for her to calm down, and then we try again. I can put a little treat in here. So I decided to try using a few treats for a little extra enticement. This is dehydrated liver or dehydrated heart, so dogs really love this stuff. I put a little bit inside the car after she smells it so she knows what it is. Okay. And even though she won't take from me, I'm hoping having it in the car might just be a little extra push that we need for her to jump in there. Plus, once she gets in, she'll be able to eat the treats if she wishes to. Yes, good girl. She didn't take it, but she licked it. Yes, yes, good girl. Yeah, yeah. Good job. because we don't want her to just jump in and then the door shut, right? And then she's trapped. We want her to realize she can go in and out, and that riding in the car is not a horrible thing. Good girl. Move your foot. There, good girl. She's very smart. Can you get in? There's people coming to do the lawn next door. Come on. That's fine. I'm going to let her watch them because she needs to make sure they're okay. And I'm going to watch them with her. Come on. Yes! Sometimes something like that provides you what you need for the dog to run into somewhere safer than being out here with strangers. Good girl. Yeah. Who's a good girl? Good job, Missy. Sometimes getting behind them and actually kind of up. Yes, good. Yay. Good girl, Rosie. Good girl. Good girl, Rosie. Come on up. Come on, yeah. This time I'm going to shut it so she can stay in there for a little bit. Well, you notice she didn't eat the food that I put in there. But, you know, even having it in here gives her a good something to smell. Sniffing yummy things is also good.